Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of how to make a 7-foot 550 paracord stock whip. In this segment I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the loop on the handle and how to attach it to the handle. So I hope you learned something. Here we go. Alright, what I want you guys to do is you're going to need 6 strands at 30 inches apiece, okay? Of 550 paracord. So that's 6 strands at 30 inches apiece. I need you to cut that and do what I'm doing here. Gut them. Take the core out of it, the 7 strands. All we're looking for is this thin, this hollow piece of black cord. And black, because it is the core of another loop, we're going to go over the top of this one with a bigger loop. So the black you won't see underneath. Okay, once you get your strands cut and measured, put them in the vise, the halfway point. Oh, and gut them too. This is the halfway point of the strands. Here's what you do. Grab all of them. Move it about, let's say about 2 inches towards you. Yeah, about that. Clamp it down. Don't get your fingers pinched. Just like that. Okay. Take this one right here, separate the 3. Get this one, go over the top of that one, cross them. Just like that. Now it's just like we're plaiting a whip. Points to this corner. We're going to start over here. So we're going to go over 1 and under 1 with the far strand. Just like that. Now it's switched. Now it's pointing to that corner. So you go maybe under 1, over 1, and under 1. Just like that. Okay? Now we're back down to here, pointing to that corner. You go over 1 and then you go under 1. Okay? Pointing back to this corner. Under 1, over 1, under 1. Just like that. Okay? So continue that for about... Okay, we've made our 6-strand flat braid for... I lied, guys. 3 inches was too short, about 4 inches. And if you want to count them, where we started, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 on this one side right here. If you guys got that many, you're perfect. Alright, now when you take this out of the vise, or your C-clamp, or whatever you guys got it in, try to keep the 3 separate. So when you pull it up, grab the 3 that are on that side right away. and just pinch them. Just like that. So just grab the 3. I always grab the 3 to the right. If you guys are left-handed or right-handed, you might grab the 3 to the left. Either way it works, okay? So, grab that. We're going to put our 1 and I think it's 1 and 1/2 inch. Oh, it's a 1 and 1/4 inch dowel rod. Just a pine dowel rod in there, in our vise. Okay, we have our oak 5/8 inch oak dowel rod for the handle core. And we have our first loop pinched. The 3 in the front, 3 in the back, pinched on one side. So when you put this over the top, try to keep those 3, like I said, pinched. So just like that. And I always flop this one over. And it seems to help because then I can see what's coming up next. You'll see here in a sec. Take our handle. What I like to do is push it right against the bottom of the dowel rod, this dowel rod. So it's pushed against there right now. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to plate, or plat, sorry. So it's pointing to this corner because this system, or this is a different method right here. We're pointing to that corner. We're going to take from the back. That's kind of hard to see. It'll look better when I do the color one. We're going to take from the top one in the back and go over the front. Doesn't have to be tight right now, guys. And now, even though we're pointing to that corner, we're still going to go to the opposite side now. It's like reversed. So you take from this top corner, go over the front. Actually, I screwed that up, guys. Here, hold on. So we have four on this side now, up front. Let me see if you. That's as far as I can go. So 4 on the front on this side now. So we're going to go under 1 over 3. From the top one in the back. Just like that. Doesn't have to be super tight yet. And now we have 4 on this side. The next highest strand in the back, which is this one. We're going to go over under 1 over 3. Okay. And that's going to get kind of messy, guys, but now we have 5 on this side. Now we're going under 2 over 3. And now for the last strand on this side in the back. Under 2, or I mean under 3 over 3. Just like that. Okay, now we have 6 on each side up front, which is exactly what we want. Once you guys get 6 on each side, like I said, then you can start singeing down. as in giving it a little tug for each one of them. Okay. Something like that. So that becomes really tight up here actually. Okay, then our bottom strand right here is pointing to that corner now. So we take from this corner. Under 3, over 3. Pointing to that corner. So we take from right here. Under 3, over 3 on the opposite side. And just like that. Kind of snug them down as you go, because this needs to be extremely tight. It doesn't matter what it looks like right now. We'll fix that later. So we're pointing to that corner. Around the back. Get to the side. Under 3, over 3. Okay, once you get about that far, it does get a little bunched up because it is so small, where it's tapered in, where we cut into the tip of the dowel rod. But that's okay, because we're going to bind over that with T90 nylon thread. So let's do that now. Alright, take your nylon thread, tie it around the, right below the keeper. If you measured, it was about a 1/4 inch knob, almost like a drumstick tip. So that should still be touching the dowel rod right here. So I already got a couple wraps on this. I tied it on there, and I want you to wrap this extremely tight. You go down for about 1 inch, and then back up 1 inch. And the spacing's about 1/8 of an inch in between each thread, and then when you go back up it and tie it off, you'll be going in between those, so it's like a 1/16 of an inch spacing. As you can see, I went up 1 inch and down 1 inch. I'm actually going down a third time. You guys can if you like, but anyways, once we get down here, that's where I got my strand I'm going to tie to. Do a couple extra ones for good measure. Just like that. And then what I like to do is keep this tight. Set it off to the side if you can. Take that one strand that's just hanging.
And if your wife just like
Go underneath.
Justin, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyways,
there you go. They did this.
I got a party in the background. No, I'm just kidding. I need a party. It's like Skype or something.
You have successfully achieved your objective.
Shouldn't be on all the time. Anyways, I tied a knot in that.
Not only
Now we can snip it. Get your scissors. Actually, let's snip it down a little farther, guys.
don't hurry.
Right there. And where's our lighter? Trusty lighter. Anyways, melt the fuzzies right there and just dab them real quick, alright? Alright. We've melted the stray you can use T90 or T70 thread. I believe that was actually T70, so melted that little fuzzy right there. Take your razor blade. What we're going to do, we're going to go around the bottom of this. And it's good that if you get a brand new one, try to buy like a pack. Because they get dull fast doing this kind of work. So go all the way around it. Alright, just like that. You get that one in the back. There we go, just like that, guys. It's a lot of excess, but it ensures that you actually have something to pull on towards the end. So, alright, what we're going to do is we're going to melt this. And just dab it real quick. Just like that. And it usually doesn't stick to my hand, or my hands are like leather mitts, so it it really doesn't matter for me. But if you guys wanted to use something like, you know, a piece of cardboard and then just dab it real quick like that, that wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. I think I caught one of the strands in that, guys. There we go. Melt that back down. Be careful. That's for darn sure. And just kind of rotate it around. Keep it on the stick though. You can totally pull it out of the vise if you guys like, and do it that way. You know. Okay, guys. We're on to our next loop, which is an 8-strand flat braid. I have my strands cut, which are at, well, we have 8 strands at 30 inches apiece. You can guys, if you guys want to follow my theme of what I'm doing here, I got 2 black, 3 coyote brown, and 3 neon green. It's up to you guys if you want to follow that, but in this one I'm going to make sure I put color in so you guys can see what I'm doing a little better over here, because last time it was very hard to see. So get these cut at 30 inches long and strip them, meaning pull the cores out. Alright guys, I've gutted and placed my strands in the vise. Right now they're at the halfway point of each strand. So what we're going to do, we're going to move them 2 inches that way. And that's kind of hard to do with 8 strands, so if you can, just grab down here. Alright. So get the whole lot of them and place your thumb right over the top where the black strands are for me. And right there is our halfway point. I think it's 2 inches. It's, well, I'm gonna guess this time, guys. About 2 inches from the top. Okay. Hold it down right here. Don't get your finger pinched in there. That could hurt. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, let's take a look here. Alright. Alright, you can see where we're at. 4 and 4 on each side. Take the center one, move the top like that. That one goes over the top of that one to get us started. And this is going to look messed up at first, but don't worry. So it's pointed to this corner. So what I like to do is I like to count back. So I have to go under that one, I have to go over that one, I have to go under that one. So under, over, under. Just like that. Now this one's pointing that way. We got 5 strands on this side. So this one should go over, under, over, and then under. Just like that. Let's see if we got it. There we go. See how we're pointing back to that corner again? The green one is. So this one right here, we're going to go under, over, under. Just like that. And now we're pointing to that corner, which is going to be over, under this one, over that one, and under this one. If you guys need this, hit pause, rewind, go ahead if you have to. I'll do it one more time, the sequence. Okay? So we get the top one right here. We're going to go under, over, under. Pull that green one down in there. Just like that. We're pointing to that corner. We're going over, under, over, last one, under. So just like that, okay? Continue on, and as you can see, it's starting to set. They're starting to tighten up because having 8 wide is a long stretch. But as you plait this pattern, or plait this pattern, you will see what happens. It actually tightens up a little bit. So go for about 4, I think it's 4 or 5 inches on this one. All right, I've plaited or braided from the first X up here. Measure from there. About 4 3/4 to this one right here, right in the center. And if you guys are unsure of how many times I did down the sides here, it's best thing to do is to keep the center core on the dowel. Don't ever take it off until you're done with this part anyways. And keep doing that, comparing it. And as you can see, our top strand it should be just right now. Right where it's at. Where it comes around the front. Alright. So, great. So about 4 3/4 is good. Okay, we gotta take it out of the vise, do the same thing. Should be good. This is gonna look weird at first, but make sure you get that black one right away. Mine's black. Make sure you get the 4th one right away. Make sure you separate those two. Pull it out, and you'll see what happens there. There's one that's kind of crisscrossed, but once it comes out, it's perfect. So just like that, grip one side so you can keep them separate. Put our dowel rod back in the vise. Okay. Make sure the dowel rod is tight in that vise or C-clamp, whatever you guys are using, because we don't want this to go anywhere. Okay. I still got my 4 in the front, 4 in the back gripped. Okay. We do what we did before, flop them over the top. keeping them separate. There we go, just like that. Okay, what I wanted to do this time is make sure it's really tight. Make sure we got enough strands. It all looks pretty good here. Okay, we're pointing to that corner. We're going to take this one right back here. So the 4 in the back on this side. The top one for me is green. So I'm going to take that, go around the front. Okay, and this part doesn't have to be super tight yet because we have to plait onto the handle. Okay, so I took the top green one from the back, and now we've created 5 in the front on this side, on the right side. Take the top from the top 4 in the back, or from the 4 in the back, take the top one, go under 1, over 4. Okay, just like that. Now we have 3 in the back on the left side. Take the top 3rd one. You're going to go under 1, over 4. Okay? Kind of flop those back up, the ones that you didn't use yet. Okay? Just so you don't get them confused, because it is going to get confusing. I didn't figure this out right away either, so. So now we have 6 on this side. We're going to take the 3rd one in the back, 3rd highest, which is the coyote tan. Under 2, over 4. Okay. And I know this is not going to seem normal because we're actually taking from the opposite way. It's pointing to that corner, but it's actually from this corner, so. Alright, we took one from that side. Next top one, which is, there's 2 left. Under 2. Over 4. Just like that. Now we have 7 on this side. So it's under 3, over 4. We're back to this side. We got 1 left. It's under 3, over 4. Just like that, guys. Now we have none left on that side in the back. They're all up front. And there's 1 black one left, which we're going to do under 4, over 4. Just like that. Now everything's up front. Now we're going to do a standard plait. Snug everything down nice and good. Not too snug yet, we're just trying to get everything set, everything seated into place. That should be pretty good. I mean, this part ain't gonna look perfect, so. What we wanted perfect was this. The braiding up here. Okay. Now that we have all 8 on each side up front, look back down here. It's pointing to that corner. We're going to take the one in the front, the highest one up front. And now we're to our standard 16 plait. And we're going to plait for a good 4 inches till we run out of grip on these strands. Point to that corner. On the back, under 4/4. Point to that corner. One goes around the back, under 4/4. Okay, and just keep on going until you run out of strands. Well, I don't like to say that. Let's try this. Go until I'd say go for about 3 inches. And I'll see you there. Okay, once you've gotten this far, you can see I'm about 2.5 from the last strands at the top here. About 2.5 right there. Get this far, make sure you pull all the strands extremely tight. One last tug for each one of them. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wrap this with the T70 or T90 nylon thread, bonded nylon thread. And if you got enough left, if you don't, you can always use the hemostats clip on the side there. I'm probably going to have to. Okay, just something like that for now. Then we're going to wrap this, just like we did the first one. So tie it on there. Begin wrapping from the top. Right about there. I'd say like right in this area is perfect to start wrapping, or to stop wrapping right there. And then right to the top of this. You see as I'm wrapping it, I went down once to our spot right there, right above that one. And now I'm going back up, I'm splitting the gaps to make it extra tight and attempt to keep it smooth. That way there's not a big bulge sticking out. Okay, I've managed to drop my spool on the floor. We're going to snip this, or we're going to melt it. Well, those are some great scissors. Okay. You can see that, I hope. Yeah, you can see that. Press it in. Same with the other. There we go. Looks really nice. And you take this off now. Your hemostats. It's a medical instrument. We're going to cut it about 1/16 of an inch down from where the end of the strand is, of the strands of the thread that we bound it with. And don't worry about scoring the wood because it's going to be covered again. So if you end up scratching it a little bit, you shouldn't have to worry too bad about it. You can't see a thing, can you? No. My big head in the way. Anyways, just like that. It's a lot of waste, but actually not too much. I mean, you got 6 inches times. Well, that is quite a bit. Never mind. These looks nice. We're gonna melt this. I'm gonna take it out of the vise this time because then I don't accidentally burn the finish or the strands. So you just touch them right there. Touch it with the lighter. And just dab it. Go all the way around doing that. Okay, we're gonna bust out the. Oh, we've melted this. We're gonna bust out the artificial sinew now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of fill this gap in right here. You can see where it's from the first belly kind of beefed it up a little bit. We're gonna fill that in right in here, okay? Let's get your artificial sinew started. A couple wraps, if we can. There, my stand is rocking. I don't know why. I think I'm on the top of a bag or something full of paracord. Just kind of like that. Okay, continuing bleh, wrapping with the artificial sinew. An attempt to beef the area up so it's smooth. Continue with that. It's mainly in this area right here, so I want to get it, you know, so it looks like there's not a little notch where it drops off. You can see it's starting to lose that already. Should be the last one. Yeah, we'll be okay with this, yeah. Go up a little bit on that. If you guys don't like it, you could build it up a little more right here. If you want it to be more even all the way down. I kind of like it tapered, so it actually gets a little wider as it goes up. So what we're gonna do here, about 12 inches. Take about a 6-inch piece of artificial sinew, just like that. Make a loop, go underneath, and get that loop as tight as you can so it just stays together like that, like right there, and pull tight. Go about 5 wraps. right there. Go through the loop right there. Grab the two that are hanging down. There you go. Snip that. And that's how you drop the sinew so it stays nice and stiff. Okay, that's done. Okay, we're on the final stretch of our keeper loop. I'm going to do something different this time. We're not going to do a grapevine hitch. We're going to use the super glue. Look at that. Make sure you guys get this kind of glue because this is the best. So this is a 38-inch strand of gutted paracord. You could choose whatever color you want. I'm choosing black for this one. Melt the tip. Just pinch it real quick. So what we're going to do to get this going, take some glue, barely dab a little bit on the wood part, and then hold that there for, I think it's 30 seconds. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. Dab some more right next to it. If you can, hold on. There we go. And some right on it. Just like that. So you take the strand, go around the back. I kind of put too much on, guys, but that's okay. You don't need much of this stuff, I will tell you that. Okay. Once you get that, where it's crossed over the top. Okay, we've made our lap over the top. Now what we're going to do is begin to glue this down as we go. Keep it tight. Just like that. As you go around, I just like to dab it here and there. Okay? Pull firm. You don't have to pull like crazy. Okay, just like that. You could go like this. I'm going to do right now is fast track it. Go like this, all the way up to the top of those threads. Right there. Continue to wrap. Make sure it's not clumping up. So continue on doing that all the way up to the top. I'll meet you there. Okay, scrap the video before this one. Alright, we've made it to the top with gluing. You take it off the dowel rod now. What we're going to do is we're going to finish it off. So we still got a little bit of thread there. I'm going to glue it up all the way around it in spots. Just like that. And what we're going to do, if you look in there, you can see at the top of the dowel rod. And take our Permalock needle, or lacy needle. This one is actually made for nano or micro paracord, and it is stainless steel, so if you do break the paracord off in it, you can melt it out of it. So this loop right here, it's going to be different for all you guys, but I'm going to go underneath that one and pull it through. Give it a little slack, make sure you get it all glued down nice and secure. We don't want it to come apart anytime soon. Just like that. Get that stuff off your hands. Take this, take your razor blade, leave about 1/8 of an inch sticking out, exposed. Take your lighter, fluff it. Melt it and just dab it in there. And that should be it. You've completed the loop for the handle. And it's rock solid. Turned out nice. Kind of a neat pattern. We'll see you guys on the next tutorial.